Yep, it's dead, guys. It's dead.
So a while ago, I made a video about fan service in gacha games, and there's one comment I got on this video that really made me think. The problem with fan service is some of these games are also marketed to children. It's no issue if the game is properly tagged for adults. Now this comment immediately reminded me of Genshin. Why is Genshin trying so hard to appeal to children, especially on the outside, even though the game itself is not meant for children at all? But then, if the game is not meant for children, why is the story of this game being presented to us in an incredibly childish way, even though the story of this game is technically supposed to be very dark and serious? Who is the target audience for this game? To be honest, I have no fucking clue anymore, but let me explain what's going on here and why these issues are absolutely destroying the game. So first of all, we need to talk about Natlan and how it made all these issues a lot worse than they already were before. Now, if you have been playing Genshin before Natlan came out, you probably remember how everyone thought that it would be like this dark and mysterious region. You know, there's war going on because it's the region of war. There's gonna be Capitano. There's gonna be a lot of badass characters. All that type of stuff. But then we see the first Natlan teaser and it turns out to be fucking Jurassic Park, except that you can actually have your own little dinosaur that's gonna be completely useless, and all this little piece of shit is gonna do is it's gonna waste your time and it's gonna make every quest 10 times more annoying. Guys, can you believe how insane that is? That's exactly what we all wanted. Like, think about it. Now we not only have Paimon to waste our time, but now we also have another useless companion, which means that from now on, every single dialogue is going to be 500 times longer and 2000 times more annoying. Guys, that's so amazing. At this point, I might even pull out my credit card so I can spend $600 on Furina. Now all jokes aside, at that point, we all still had some hope left. I remember seeing comments of people being like, bro, that was just a teaser, not the final trailer. Like, they're obviously keeping all the actual good stuff for the final trailer. I'm telling you, bro, just wait for it. And then a few weeks later, it finally happened. The long-awaited Natlan trailer was finally there. And, let's just say people were not too happy with this trailer. Also, why the fuck is Kachina there? Look, I get it, she's supposed to be this cute, innocent child, but this is literally the trailer for a region that's supposed to be all about war, conflict, sacrifice, people dying everywhere, and all these serious topics. So what the fuck is this child doing there? She doesn't know what war even is in the first place. Like, why is she even there? And don't even get me started on Mulan. Again, I get it, she's supposed to be this silly, funny girl with bright, colorful attacks, but let me remind you that she's also supposed to be a strong warrior who protects their people. And you cannot convince me that this character looks like someone who goes to war. Everything about this character is literally the exact opposite of someone who goes to war. I just can't take her seriously. And it's the same with Varesa, it's the same with Kenichi. All of these Natlan characters just don't feel like actual warriors because of their childish behavior and their designs. They're not necessarily bad characters by themselves, but they should have been in a different region and not in Natlan. And then we have the Natlan Archon quest. This shit was so bad, I don't even know where to start. This entire Archon quest until Act 5 was just straight up dog shit. All they did was they just kept glazing Kachina for some reason the entire time, and everything about this quest was essentially just all about the power of friendship.
We'll use the power of friendship. Oh shit. Yo!
And as if that wasn't already bad enough, the war in Natlan was not even an actual war between groups of people. You know, when I heard that Natlan was going to be the region of war, I expected there to be actual conflicts and actual war between groups of people. Not some generic power of friendship garbage where all they do is they just fight against some basic monsters. It just feels like some kind of Disney movie because they keep treating us like we're 5-year-old kids. And especially when you compare Genshin's story quests to other gacha games like WoWA, ZZZ or HSR, Genshin just feels incredibly childish compared to these games. Now, there is one thing that could have saved Natlan as a region, and that is Capitano. And you know what they do? they fucking kill him. I don't understand who the fuck at Hoyoverse sat there and was like, guys, how can we make more money? You know, obviously, we could release a character that everyone loves and everyone wants to be playable, and we could give them Capitano. But how about we do this instead? We kill Capitano, the character that literally everyone likes and everyone wants to be playable, and instead, we release a bunch of characters that literally nobody asked for. Wow! What a great plan. That is insane. But now going back to the fan service problem, I'm not even going to talk about that in this video because it's going to be way too long, and I already talked about that before, so feel free to watch that video. Now, with all that being said, is the game becoming too childish or not? Let me know in the comments, and with that being said, I wish everyone a nice and wonderful day. Apart from people who like Kichina or Muelani, they both genuinely suck.